let's move on to let's move on onto these lights, because I'm really excited about these. So our friend Chris Capaldi, who was a dude who we got to do some World Challenge racing with back when he was working with his dad's team at Capaldi Racing. Great family, cool guys. He contacted us recently and said, "Hey, I'm working with this company called Risk Racing, who's mostly involved in the motocross scene, but they have some really cool shop accessories, and I know you guys are into that stuff." So I was like, "Hey man, we're always looking to check that stuff out. You never know what's going to show up." And what showed up kind of blew me away. So I'm a sucker for cool gadgets. I'm a sucker for stuff that works better than I expect it to, and this stuff is really cool. And again, answers to questions I didn't know I had. Like this is a USB rechargeable, battery powered drop light, and it's gonna. Let's see if we can point that at the camera really quick, and you can see how bright that is. This is great. This is a $50 piece, completely cordless, incredibly portable. It's even got a 1/4-20 bung under it, so if you want to mount it on a tripod, like for shooting video, this thing is going to be amazing. I know Chris and I were looking at this stuff earlier, that we were thinking about how to incorporate some of this stuff into our video, because it's compact, it's heavy duty. Again, did not realize that strides were being made in what I thought was a technology that was kind of capped out, portable lights. Somebody figured out a way to do it better, and the folks from Risk Racing with this Striker lineup of stuff is really cool. So here's some of the other stuff they have. This is clever. As soon as I got the Corvette, I realized that all the magnetic stuff I'd collected over the years was not going to be as useful as I once thought it was. But this is really cool. This is a solar rechargeable, also USB rechargeable. There's a solar recharger on there. Magnetic drop light that's also got a flexible panel on the front that you can bend into sort of any configuration. So if you need your light concentrated on one certain area, if you want to use it as a room light, it's just there's some sort of flexible metallic piece in there that keeps the thing in position, and just cool, clever stuff. I think there's a couple different modes on this one. No, that's this one. So this one has a little bit less bright mode, 2 different less bright modes, and then a pulse mode, which, oh, we should turn the lights off and have a rave, Chris. Wouldn't that be awesome? Also, they got, where is it? Here it is. I'm blind now. I can't see anything. I'm a sucker for headlights. This is something that I started using just in the last couple years, because I never really understood how useful it was to have a light right exactly where your face is. So I've got headlights all over this garage, and they all, except for a couple small exceptions, they mostly suck. Like most of the cheap headlights out there are just kind of crappy. Like they're cheap for a reason. This one, the Flex It from Risk Racing, it's like $40, and uses some of the same material that this Flex It drop light does. So it's super comfortable. You said super. And it also has, I'll turn a little bit, Chris, multiple LEDs, both off to the side and directly in front, to kind of illuminate everything you're looking at. And you can take this front one and aim it just wherever the heck you want, and it just stays there. It doesn't ratchet. It's actually flexible, and it kind of stays wherever you put it. So that's really awesome, and it's really comfortable. I probably look, kind of like a dork, but it's way more comfortable than the ones that aren't padded, for one thing. Nice little padding sweat protector in there. Not too tight, not too loose. So really, really cool stuff. 40 bucks for these. And finally, this is their drop light. Now I gotta be careful with this because the camera will freak out when I turn this thing on. So here, I'm gonna just kind of aim it over here. So this is a 3 LED 110 volt panel. This is plugged in, but look how bright this thing is. And that's not even aimed right at the camera. That probably just costs the camera. But cool thing about this is one of the things I hate about drop lights when you're trying to work in a car, like especially the old drop lights that have the kind of the bulb on the end, and even some modern ones might use LED panels, but you'll set them somewhere and they'll immediately go like clunk and fall over, or you're trying to use it and it's blasting light back in your face and you can't see what you're working on. These panels are all independently adjustable, so if you need an area light, you can just set it down like that and illuminate everything. If you don't want the light coming back at you, you just fold these guys down and take them out of the equation. Take these guys out of the equation for a moment. If you need light going to a certain area, it's all sort of reconfigurable. It looks dope as hell too. But yeah, again, super clever, super useful. These are, I think, about 130 bucks, retail on their website, but it only draws like 40 watts. And you would, for a halogen light, you would need like a 600 watt halogen light to produce that much light, and that halogen light would get hot as hell too. And this thing, you can feel that they're on, but that is never, you could put that right against your face and the thing would never heat up. And those LEDs are also going to last forever. So again, really, really cool solution to a frustrating problem, and that is most drop lights kind of suck. And that is a fantastic way to fix it. So yeah, check them out at Risk Racing. And I don't know, I saw some of their stuff on Amazon too, but you should be able to figure out how to get the stuff right from their website. So let's see.